team. It is going to be, I think it's a 7-boxer. We got my man Coward Jr. here, Project 2020. Ben Baller did the break. Let me get the link shared, guys. Sorry, the sound's not. The sound's fine, I was going to say. Caught up reading something. Let me get the Facebook shared. Tomorrow I'll have another mixer. We obviously have the Pick Your Team. I told you that tennis is coming out tomorrow. Here's that. And let's get rolling. We got my man Coward Jr. here, Project 2020. Ben Baller did the card. Give me a nice rub on the box. I think I already did this. We'll double it up. I didn't have the national pack in the picture, which is my fault. It does have a national pack in this break. I think the mixer tomorrow, too, because I took 3 pictures. I don't think I put the national pack in that one either. So my apologies. I don't know if that was a determining. If that was a determining factor for some people, I really apologize. Should have did better. I forgot the pack in there because it blocks part of the picture. Hey, how you doing, Ed? I think I'm also going to do a giveaway tomorrow. I'm going to try to get the YouTube channel up to 1,000 subscribers. If you're already subscribed, you can obviously still enter it as well. Because it's not fair if you've already subscribed and I'm only giving it away to new subscribers. But I'm going to do something where you subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Twitter account. Or follow the Twitter account and follow Instagram, that I will put you in a giveaway. Maybe we'll do 2 blasters, 3 blasters, depending on how many people we get. Based on the amount of people we get doing that. And we'll go that route. Try to push it. I'd like really get the YouTube channel up to over 1,000. If we can get the YouTube channel to over 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, I'll start making videos. I don't know if I'll do straight up podcasts. I could probably do a podcast so that we get in a bigger space with like Rodney and Dylan if I wanted to. I know me and Jordan Heller were going to do a podcast. He's been dealing with some personal stuff. So we haven't really, either of us haven't really had time, but I'll make actual videos for like I'm still going to probably do one for the Bowman Chrome checklist. But make more videos because then it'll be at least monetized, so it'll be worth my time. And it might actually push it out algorithm-wise to other people. Because right now, I mean, I'm sure there's some random people that come and watch the videos on YouTube, but I don't think it's that common. I think it's just dudes from the Facebook group. One guy that knows about ball talking about ball. I don't know about you youngins talking about ball. I was going to say, I can tell you that much right now. I think it would just be y'all double two-handed Adley Rutschman and Gunnar Henderson. And I believe we're back. I'll go black screen, then it should be good. Alright, let's get rolling into this hobby box. Sounds like a blast to me. Rosa Reina, Bednar, Wicks, Baez, Nolan Gorman, Semien, Rochillo, Perez, Julian, Yastrzemski, Cropley. We have Patrick Bailey, William Contreras, Bradish. We have Mackenzie Gore on the 42 out of 350 on the Fuchsia Speckle. Also had a meeting once again with my rep today. There is more Topps Chrome. I'll probably get another 2 cases of Jumbo and 2 cases of Hobby. I don't think I'll grab any more Breakers of Light. The Breakers of Light price is a little bit higher than I would prefer. Plus, I still have 3 cases in the shop besides the 2.5 cases in the shop. Still Breakers of Light, and we'll just work through that in mixers or whatever. I like Breakers of Light a lot. I just don't think at the price tag it's at. The fucking Breakers, man. The Breakers raising the fucking price. This is the only time I can blame other Breakers. There's other Breakers that definitely got the price of Breakers of Light jacked the fuck up. It's ridiculous. We have Otani, Gray, Lowe, Lipsius, Brian Rochillo, Langeliers, Conforto, Richardson, and Rafael Devers. Trey Turner, Verdugo, Trey Cabbage, Mike Trout, Mackenzie Gore, Seager, Mike Trout. We have Pete Crow Armstrong, Paul Goldschmidt, Adolis Garcia, Wells, J.P. Crawford, Rillamuto, Darvish, Witt Jr., and Kershaw. We have Lindor, Volpe, Rom, Bobby Witt Jr., J-Rod, Yamamoto, Baez, Volpe, Correa. We also had a long talk, me and my rep, about him passing up the word that I personally think, and we talked about this before, MVP buyback, Cy Young buyback, Rookie of the Year buyback should all be a thing. I personally think that MVP buyback should stay at $20. I think Cy Young should stay at maybe a 15, maybe 10. And then Rookie of the Year should be either 10 or 5, depending where you put the Cy Young at. But I do think with the Cy Young, you're talking, instead of having two teams in breaks, or even if you're just opening blasters or whatever else, instead of having 2 guys you're looking for, there's really 6 guys. It keeps the longevity of the product, especially if you do it into next year until Series 1 comes out. I think it would actually make people want to open cards more. I think they should do a lot more UFC and stuff with basketball for buybacks. I think it brings people into shops. But, you know, why listen to Joey about how to make the hobby better? Fucking, I could have brilliant ideas and no one, I mean, my guy listens to me. Like, the rep listens to me. But in general, I have some fantastic ideas and no one ever fucking listens to me about it. We have Dominic Canzone, Kyle Bradish, Garrett Cole, Batty, Corbin Carroll, Jackson Holiday, Blackburn, Kessinger, PCA, going to the Cubbies, closer's luck, going to Michael Skornick. Say to think, y'all could have all had a PCA autograph. I know his signature's a bunch of fucking chicken scratch looking, but it's actually a pretty dope autograph, in my personal opinion. There's obviously, he writes Pete then CA, but it's like a modified version of Pete. We have Castellanos, Varsho, Meneses, Rodriguez, Verlander, Contreras, McClanahan, Abbott, Lyon Richardson, Shota, Wade Jr., Harris II, Dominguez, Senga, Williams, Davis, Corbin Carroll, Harper, Torres, Story, Morel, Noda, Castillo, Tena, Stanton, Chapman, Perez. We have Samad Taylor, 55 out of 199 on the Aqua Lava. I will say I do think that long term, I mean, one of the biggest reasons that I want to try to get big, we have Aaron Judge, Diaz, DeGrom, Meckler, Rodriguez, Webb, Ray, Freeman, and Caminero. I think that's the only way to get any type of influence in the hobby to try to make it better. I'll just say, which is unfortunate because, and by big, I don't mean like lose the aspect of who I am and like we talked about last break, actually caring about people. I just meant in general of like, I'm not sure how else to be able to actually influence the hobby and without throwing my weight around and growing to like a size that's not really where I want to be. But I think he's asking if the PCA was Conforto. I also have some shirts getting made. Well, some shirts getting made that'll be Rodney, Tyler, Dylan shirts. But if they turn out well, I'll make a whole bunch of shirts in different sizes. I'll even get big boy sizes for you, Austin. I'll try to see if I can get like a big... I'm sure actually if I talk to the guy, I can probably get them made in like a big and tall size. I think if anything, me talking about the shipping and getting a little bit mad, at least scared. I mean, they're going to take 4 to 6 weeks to get here because they got to come from overseas. I'm going to order a bunch of top shirts too, but none of them will fit you, Rodney. I was going to say, personally, I think all 4 of us probably should go hit the gym. Maybe I'll get gym membership for everybody. We have Yuri Perez, Yamamoto, Curtis Mead, Reynolds, Jaloff, Manny Machado out of 250. I said if you're... Oh, here we fucking go, Brian. That's fine, bud. I was going to say, that's fine. We have Keeper Ruiz, Tatis Jr., Evan Carter, let's say Corbin Burns, Jimenez. Keep it up. I'll send you over there to a Sprinkle or whatever the fuck that guy is calling over an Iron Lion. A Sprake? A Sprake? Was it? It's not Sprake. It was Brinkle. I think he was calling it a Brinkle. A Sprake would be much better. Bringle, there you go. So gay. Sprake would be better. Single break. Anyway, we have South Fralick, Evan Carter, Amai. It doesn't roll off the tongue. It does, spelling wise would be horrendous, but it rolls off the tongue better. My personal. We have Ronald Acuna, Jackson Holiday. We're gonna have Kyle Tucker on the 20 out of 25. Baseball's best on the orange. And the Astros going to Ruben Valdez. Ha! No, Austin, it's a we have Cal Ripken Jr. here on the base autograph going to the Orioles and Brent. It is they do, it's what I was doing where I had some singles in the breaks. It's just the one breaker guy that comes that Rodney and him got some damn, we can do we'll have to do a secret base beef episode of him and Will. We have Machado on the purple and Acuna Jr. out of 200 on the blue. What was I gonna say? He buys all the fucking singles, so I can't add shit to anything. Because every time I get decent singles, the guy comes in and buys them and argues with Rodney about the price. We have Nimmo, Jimenez, Witt Jr., Aaron Judge, Tatis Jr., Perez, Marte out of 250, Churio on the X-Fractor, Jordan Lawler. We have Junior Caminero on the base. Going to the Rays. Nice hit for Michael again. Rodney hates it. He hates him so much. He actually, it's so bad the guy and Rodney have such beef. The guy only comes in on Mondays and Rodney doesn't work. Which I know I shouldn't laugh about, but to me it's hilarious. I'm honestly surprised he didn't give Dylan a hard time about that Frank Robinson. Maybe he did and Dylan just didn't tell me. I thought for sure he wasn't going to buy it to that price. I mean, I don't know what the Frank Robinson should have sold for. It's not like there's a bunch of his stuff signed anywhere. Like, the dudes that have his stuff are keeping it, right? Because he passed away, but... 185 out of 250 on the purple for Noelvi Marte, who's been fucking terrible this year because I haven't been fantasy. And I held him all year thinking that, and I've been hyping his ass up thinking, oh, that asshole's going to be good, but fucking no. Matt Manning, Correa, Josh Jung, Foskey just sitting in one of my fucking IR spots. We have Noelvi Marte, Ozzy Albies, CES. Actually signed a bench spot in the one league, not even in a IR spot. We have Basebe on the refractor because I was like, oh, I got him for so cheap. Like, that dude's going to be nasty. Like, I'll keep him. It's a dynasty league, so, like, oh, I'll have him for, like, 10 years because I got him in, like, the 28th round or whatever. We have CES out of 75, so, like, you only, like, the first year it only goes up 1 round, the next year it goes up, like, 2, and then 4, then 6, and I was like, I'll be able to have him by the time he's, like, an all-star. We have Olsen, McLean, Chisholm Jr., Green, Devers, Detmers, Lawler, Goriel Jr., Jose Ramirez. We are going to have Royce Lewis, Mazeroski, Jackson Merrill, Neto, Arosa Reyna, Gore, McNeil, Arrays, Smith. We have Wyatt Langford out of 99, Garrett Mitchell on the X-Fractor, Soto, Meade, and Canario. But yeah, I thought for sure Noelvi Marte, I was like, oh, I'm going to have him forever. But nope. Maybe it was the steroids that made him good. Must be the only reason Barry Bonds was any good at baseball. I'm joking. Barry Bonds is like my favorite player, so I'm allowed to knock Barry Bonds if I want to. Let's get into Tier 1. Boy, Joseph's first T-ball practice, you want to talk about a shit show, dog. The coaches were so unorganized. They just left like 4 children just standing there with bats in their hands waiting to do soft toss. I'm like, A, they're 3 or 4 years old. Like, why are we doing any type of soft toss? Like, them motherfuckers, I mean, Joseph swings the bat hard. He just dips the hell out of the bat because he doesn't understand how to, like, keep his hands up and hit the ball level yet at 3 years old. We have an 82 out of 125. First off, the guy looked at him was like, did he play? He's like, did he play in the spring? I'm like, nah, dude. He's like 3. He turned 3 in February. He's like, oh, that's a big kid. I mean, my buddy's kid's just as big as him and like 3 months younger. But, yeah. Like, no, he didn't play in the fall. But anyways, they had like a tee with a net, and like, you should have been rotating the kids with the net. I don't know. It was just overall for like what it is. Like, there was enough fundamentals taught. Like I told the yeah. When I'm older, I'll coach. But when they're older, not when well, I guess I'll be older too. We got 32 out of 99. But until they get to about like 7, maybe 6, depending. Like, I mean, hopefully Joseph still wants to do it when he's 6. If not, I think he's more going to be a football player. Like, we got home, and after he was out of the tub, like, all he wants to do is have me sit down on the floor and tackle me. He just lines up by his door, runs across the room, and full-on sprints, and just good old shoulder to the chest. I'm just developing the next TJ Watt. That's what I'm doing in my free time. Little lefty, too, like TJ. Get the job done. We have Grayson Rodriguez. We have a 98 out of 99. I wish he could do... I mean, I think he's a little bit too young to do like a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and actually get a technique down, but I wish there was like a karate or something that's more physical he could do. We have a 2 out of 75 on the Juan Marichal to the Giants. But this is actually going to my personal collection since Brian wants to be a dick and have Rodney come. Maybe he can have Rodney come in to the shop right now and pull him this Juan Marichal. I'm just 2 out of 75. Nice hit, buddy. I was going to say, let's get into museum collection. Hopefully everybody's having a good night. I was going to say, I'm waiting for, I think Lily's going to be the one that's going to be the athlete. It's going to be the most athletic kid. got Pete Alonso, 161 out of 199. Although earlier today, Joseph woke up. I don't know if anyone's familiar with Kumon or not. 161 out of 199 on the Pete Alonso, but he woke up, did his Kumon, and if he does Kumon, he's allowed to play Mario Kart. We have Mickey Mantle, Bichette, Goldschmidt, and then we have a 4 out of 10 Steven Kwan going to go to the Guardians and Brent. And he woke up, went downstairs at 7 a.m., did his Kumon by himself. I mean, he's like tracing numbers and letters. It's nothing crazy, right? Traced all his letters and numbers. Like, he obviously can't do the sounding. I mean, he probably might have tried to do the sounding out part, but without like an adult there, you can't verify he's actually doing it. But did all the tracing part of it, and then hopped on Nintendo. Not Wii. He hopped on the Switch and was playing Mario Kart at like 7:30. Like, he went downstairs, didn't tell anybody, went and did his Kumon, put a sticker on the board because he gets a toy if he does it like 30 days without like arguing about it because he has an IEP or whatever for like behavior stuff, or is going to have an IEP for behavior stuff. Paul Goldschmidt on the Cardinals, Yamamoto, Caminero, and Bo Bichette. Oh, fuck me. 17 out of 49, we got Trout, Acuna, Tatis Jr., and Betts. Let's see. So, Skornick has Trout. Brian Ward has Acuna Jr. Mitch has Betts. And Jason Otterbeck has the Padres. Dope card, but it's for fucking people. That's why I said fuck me. Sick card nonetheless. Sorry about that reaction. I know you guys don't get a lot of like reactions out of... I don't mind it because most of you guys are civil. Like, I just have like PTSD. A lot of you probably don't even know who he is. So I don't know if you guys remember Michael D'Onofrio. Used to spend like, I'm talking, you guys have seen when Tom Scarberry goes buck wild, right? Like, Michael's one of the guys that really helped build the group because he is a guy that would spend a lot of money. When he wanted to get in stuff, he made sure it filled, right? And when you're a new group and like you have a relationship with somebody like that, like it helps for sure. And I'm very thankful for that. He got married to his wife, and he runs like he's like a head of the unions for the Teamsters in New York City. So I just think he's like second in charge of the union for the Teamsters in New York City. So I just think he became really busy, and maybe didn't fall out of the hobby, but like when you get really busy, like a hobby can become secondary, especially when you're younger, right? We have Strider, Mariano Rivera on the second thing. We have Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Jackson Churio. We have meaningful material on the relic card. But like he hit a Mike Trout autograph, dual auto of Mike Trout with a Cody Bellinger. And the other person had Cody Bellinger, he had Mike Trout. And this is somebody that, like I said, it spent, like, obviously, no matter what in any situation, I'm unbiased about it because, like, you guys both have things. Now, this was Bellinger, not last year's Bellinger. This was Bellinger whenever he was struggling. Like, I'm talking about batting sub 200. Like, the year after the MVP. The reason he was on the card with Trout was because he was an MVP, right? But we're talking the year after that MVP where he was hot garbage. And the guy that had the Bellinger part would not sell for D'Onofrio, like, at a fair value. He wanted, like, what, 75% of the card was worth, like, no matter what. And it just caused, like, a big problem. And then both guys didn't get it. The other guy was an active person as well, which is why I'm not going to name his name. But, like, both of those guys then got all butthurt about it because they got in a fight about it. And neither got in breaks for, like, a month and a half. We have Ronald Acuna Jr., 34 out of 50. And, like, one of the guys pretty much blamed me for the situation or was upset with... I should say Mike was upset with me because he thought I should have pushed the other guy more into being like he's wrong, which I mean, in the chat, I literally stated, like, you guys should probably go 50-50. I was like, in reality, like, the fact that you hit a Bellinger and are even getting, like, X amount of dollars for it because it has Trout on it is, like, a big... Like, you're already way ahead of the game, right? Because that's when the Cubs weren't very... Or that's when the Dodgers weren't very expensive either because they didn't have a big rookie. We have Alvarez, Bo Jackson. We're going to have Frank Thomas in the 6 out of 50, then Andrew Abbott 2 out of 299. So I was just like, yeah. So every time a card like that comes up, it just gives me like, I mean, it's not actually PTSD, but it just gives me like I just hope everybody can be civil about it. I mean, the quad patch will probably be fine. Like, I'll be honest with you, I was a little bit worried about whenever you and, I think Jason's in this one, isn't he? Whenever you and Jason had that dual booklet, I was a little bit worried about it. Luckily, you guys handled it civilly. We have an Andrew Abbott, 2 out of 99. Who has the Reds in this? Trent, just so you know, it does have some edge damage here. I just want to point that out so you're not like, hey, my card came damaged. It does have edge damage from the jump on the Andrew Abbott here. My advice would be, if you need to, message Topps if you want to try to send it back and get it fixed. They probably replace it. It's Andrew Abbott, decent player. Obviously, but I don't know if I would be against trying to replace it and hope for something better. You should be able to just use the break link and let them know you were in a break. You should have the receipt from the PayPal. If you need a SKU or anything like that, let me know and I'll figure it out. Which, that reminds me, I gotta send that picture to the one guy. But yeah, definitely some edge wear there, unfortunately, on the Andrew Abbott. Quad patches are normally pretty easy too, because most guys are like, fuck it, just run a random. If I'm being honest. Because nobody wants to deal with the other 3 guys in that sense. What was I going to say? There is, like I said, a bunch of stuff comes out next week. This week's a little bit slow on products, so we will run just more mixers. I'll try to run some Topps Chrome stuff. We have Andres Jimenez, Verlander, Lee, Foscue, Marte, Gallen, Shohei. We're going to have Nolan, Ryan, Harrison, Rutschman, Kepler, MJ Melendez, Sal Frelick. Tomorrow, tennis. I keep bringing up tennis. I just hope we can run a tennis break. We have Morel, Ramirez. We have the oil spill Adley Rutschman, as if the Orioles need more oil spills in our lives. We have Kerry Carpenter on the X-Fractor, Bobby Witt Jr., and finest autograph for Fractor Parallel to the Rangers, and Michael Skornick going to the Langford. Nice redemption here on the Wyatt. Langford. We're going to have Lawler, Rodriguez, Doyle, Pasquantino, Alvarez, Lamar Jackson, Luis Robert Jr. 56 out of 200. $92 out of 250. And we're going to have Adley Rutschman on the oil spill. And I did complain about the t-shirts too. With the Topps t-shirts, I complain that there's no big boy size. This is kind of BS. We have Hunter Green. I said, I don't think y'all realize how big the average person is that collects cards. We have Hunter Green, Mason Wynn, Weston Wilson, 9 out of 75. Just the average American. I mean, I'm a 2XL, and I'm not... I mean, I'm definitely overweight, but I'm not, like, huge. I was going to say... But... Parker Meadows, Albies, Jimenez, Witt Jr., Judge. If I was... Talking about Weston Wilson, yeah. We have Tatis Jr., Moreno, Arraez, Yoshida. Pete Alonso in the 13 out of 75. Abreu, Kershaw, Jose Ramirez, Moreno, Acuna Jr., and Pete Crow Armstrong. Yeah, I was going to say Weston Wilson's another decent one, but he's like that Jake Cronenworth, right? He's old. College guy that took a little bit to get through the minors, and that's what happens. We have Acuna Jr., Wisdom, PCA again, Senga, Machado, Wynn, CJ Abrams, Wyatt Langford, Williams, Yanner Diaz, Ramirez, Gunnar Henderson, Dominguez, and Ohtani. I mean, I'm headed to Gold's Gym after this, I was going to say. Not LA Fitness. LA Fitness is closed already. $94 out of 250. Another museum collection will end with the Breakers Delight. I guess is anybody in the chat interested in the Chrome tennis? Am I just like talking to myself about tennis to where you guys are going to leave me hanging like the Star Wars? Now, motherfuckers, I know y'all are closet nerds and you're over here like, I don't know what Star Wars is. I know Mike Fickey probably has a bunch of Ewoks that he worships in the morning when he wakes up to. Ain't a damn. Pretend like he don't like Star Wars. He straight up said in the chat at least twice that he's a Star Wars nerd. No support. We have Jackson Holiday on the 176 out of 199. Going to the Orioles and Brent. Got Sandy Koufax, Miguel Cabrera, Roger Maris. 102 out of 299 on the Jim Rice to the Red Sox and Michael Skornick. Mike not only took all the teams, he's in all the hits too. I was going to say. Chipper Jones, Alex Bregman, Babe Ruth, PCA, and Tyler Soderstrom. 127 out of 299. The same edge wear at the bottom. As the other autograph. Going to the A's, and that's going to go to Michael. Roberto Clemente on the 20 out of 99 of the Pittsburgh Pirates. That sounds a little suspect. Going to Patrick. We have Devers, Jackson Merrill, Trout, and a 15 out of 99 on the Pete Alonso. Bro, I literally refused anything I sent to PSA. I know they don't like UPS, but I send that shit 2-day UPS because I know at UPS the 2-day stuff, they watch that shit like a hawk. Like anything you put the days on, they watch it like a hawk because if it doesn't get there in 2 days or 3 days, you can get refund on your shipping, and they don't want that. And anything that well, if they lose it, obviously get anything that's in there, but. have Arenado. We have Schmidt. Ty Cobb. Ryan Sandberg. Robin Yount. 75 out of 199. It's on somebody's wall. At their house is where it's at. Robin Yount. Although if you hit up Topps on a redemption, I think they'll replace it, to be honest. Like if you talk to them, I think they'll hit up FedEx and talk to FedEx, and either it'll get found or get replaced. Into the breakers of light here, 2 autographs. We have Zach Gallen, Zach Neto, Ornelas, Justin Turner, India, and Chris Bryant, Alexander Canario, Youthquake. Well, that explains that. Well, that explains where the 100 points went. I was like, where'd all the 100 points over on the table go? You put them in the back of the blackjack thingy. Canario. Got Yu Darvish on the purple. 127 out of 250. Oh, yeah, the acetate's out of 10. We have Kessinger on the negative for the Astros. I'm surprised how much the negatives are selling this year. I guess maybe they're not as common as they used to be. I feel like in previous years the negatives were not very common. We got a 9 out of 10 Youthquake on the black. Lawrence Butler going to the Athletics, and Michael Skornick. Nice Butler hit. And we have a Trey Cabbage for the Angels. Jason Dominguez for the Yankees, and Ed Gonzo. 365 out of 499. Nice J-Dom. Bro, he's nowhere near the legend that Shea Langeliers is. We opened finest last year. 8 straight cases with a Shea Langeliers autograph. Yeah, he remembers Langeliers. I was gonna say. That's a real Charm City Collectibles legend. We're gonna have Basallo, Brock Wilken, J-Rod, and Jackson Merrill even in a base in this. These are probably pretty nice. Nice Merrill. To the Padres. And Jason. I don't know how big the print run is, but Jackson Merrill, I mean, obviously I want Jackson Merrill to be successful. Like, I just think it's ridiculous that people think if a pitcher finishes in the top 3 in the National League Cy Young, which is where Skeens is like 3. I think he'll probably have about 6 more starts this season, 6 or 7 more starts. He's not going to break 200 Ks, but I don't think that he ends. There's no way that Jackson Merrill ends up being Rookie of the Year. Like the way I mean, he could if Skeens gets lit up, but it's funny because like even the other day, they're like Jackson Merrill with another clutch hit. He hit a double in the 2nd inning. And they're like, oh, that's a clutch hit. He had a double with the bases loaded. He won the game. Like, bro, it's the 2nd inning, dog. Like, it's not the 9th inning. Like, he did have that streak where like he was hitting like a walk-off like 3 times in like a week period or a week and a half period. But we got Kessinger on the negative, Yu Darvish on the purple, Canary on the Youthquake. We have Pete Alonso out of 99. We have Clemente out of 99. I was explaining to his cousin, I said, hey, man, I can look out for the debut card of Jackson's. But the problem is it's going to be like a $30,000 or $40,000 card if someone doesn't put a bounty on it. I was like, there's a good chance there could be a six-figure bounty on it. He was like, what the fuck? He's like, baseball cards are worth that much money? I said, yeah. I was like, your best bet would be like if his mom really wants the card to have her put a post up somewhere saying that Jackson will do like a private signing or something, because that's the only way they're going to get that baseball card unless they want to pay six figures for it. We have Jackson Holiday at a 199, assuming it has the bounty on it, which I'm assuming the bounty is going to be on the 3 Jacksons. There'll probably be like a Jackson 3 bounty, and I would assume Paul Skeens probably will have a bounty as well, is probably what the big bounties will be. It'll be like Skeens, Jackson Holiday, Jackson Churio, Jackson Merrill, and yeah, I think that'll probably be the only ones with actual big bounties on them. We have Yander Diaz out of 250. We have out of 150 Jose Ramirez, Pete Alonso on the green. We have Gallen out of 250, Austin Riley out of 200, and Frank Thomas out of 50. And then I'll do my bounty again, $1,000. You get to keep the card plus $1,000 for if you get a debut patch in this group. And then I'll be called an edgelord because people will think I'm trying to buy the cards for $1,000 because they can't fucking read. We have Ronald Acuna Jr. on the 34 out of 50 on the red. 35, whatever an edgelord is. We're going to have Riley out of 35. We have out of 199 Pete Alonso. You know, no matter what, that's going to Olivia Dunn or Skeens. That's not going to be in a collector's pocket. That's going back to the man himself. We have Jimenez out of 149. A Rosa Reina out of 99. They're too far in the hobby where Fanatics or somebody will put a bounty on and give it back to Olivia or Paul. We have 250 on the Marte. We have Acuna out of 200, Machado out of 250, Samad Taylor on the Aqua Lava. And then we're going to have Mackenzie Gore out of 350 on the Fuchsia Speckle. Oh, there we go. These are going to be in no particular order. I still think it's a $3,000 to $5,000 card no matter what. We have Butler out of 10 on the black. The Oil Spill Rutschman. Caminero on the base. Wyatt Langford out of 99. We have the quad patch, and I'm going to add you guys all to a chat right after this. We have Langford on the refractor parallel. We have Abbott out of 299. Mookie Betts out of 125. Jim Rice out of 299. Juan Marichal out of 75. CES out of 75. Jason Dominguez on the refractor. Grayson Rodriguez out of 99. Tucker on the orange out of 25. PCA on the base. We're going to have Yount out of 99. We have Stephen Kwan out of 10. And the Cal Ripken Jr. on the base. And that's going to be the break. I appreciate y'all as always. You guys have a good night and be safe. I will catch y'all tomorrow. Like I said, there is a Star Wars breakup. There's still that Blasters case that is up as well. I'll post another mixer. Pick your team tomorrow. I guess. Oh, shit. I guess I can put together random teams too, since those have been filling pretty quick. And of course, the Tennis Chrome. Tennis Chrome tomorrow, boys. Tennis. It's in the game. It's not EA Sports, but it's tennis. I'll see you tomorrow. You guys.